Hey there, Deer Creek wine lovers. How are you? My name's Tim Hanni. I'm a master of wine. I'm the creator of the My Vinotype profiling that you've been playing with, hopefully, with our wonderful partners, Deer Creek Winery. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to a complete alternative to wine and food pairing. So, how does wine and food pairing go today? Well, somebody pours a glass of red wine and they go, oh, it smells like cherries. So then that evokes the thought of a cherry. So, oh, you should have this wine with duck with cherries. Because why? Because the cherry? So what's going on? Wine and food pairing is just a bunch of metaphors. It's actually not based in any reality, all right? Now, I'm a chef. I'm the first American in history to become a master of wine, and I used to be a wine and food pairing guru, and I'm not anymore. If you actually look at the history and traditions of France, get your own copy of Larousse Gastronomique. This was published in 1938, revised in 1961. It says explicitly that when you're serving these great red wines, if the guests prefer sweet wine, then you serve them sweet wine. The French never paired wine and food. We've made all this up. Not only that, if you have this sweet cherry in this glass of dry red wine, it's not so pleasant. So here's what I want you to do. If you don't have a glass of wine with you already, go get one. And this works better with dry wine, and especially dry red wine, but just grab a glass of something and bring it back over here, and we're going to go through flavor balancing. So what flavor balancing is what used to be practiced as tradition in France, in Italy, where wine was part of their culture. And ever since we've been matching wine and food, wine's not so much of their culture. How about that? So this is really simple. Here's how it goes. What you're going to do is we're going to take a glass of wine and we're going to take some grapes, all right? And this is going to represent anything sweet. So here's step number one. Ready? Got your glass of wine? Take a sip of the wine. Pay a particular attention to bitterness and acidity and astringency. Then I want you to eat your grape. Yum. Wine's made from grapes, so it ought to go together, right? Not so much. Actually, what's going on scientifically is something in your brain that's benchmarking. It's called sensory adaptation. And when you have the sweet thing, what it does is set your brain up to pay more attention to bitterness and astringency. It's the exact same thing that happens when you brush your teeth and drink orange juice. You don't like that, do you? I don't like that, so don't do that. Anytime you have sweetness in your food at a fairly high level, this is what's going to happen with your wine. Doesn't matter if it's steak or chicken or fish. Sweet food, and also food with the taste called umami, make your wine taste more bitter, more sour, and more astringent. It's as simple as that. Now, here's what they do in Italy. If you get a big steak, it's well salted, and they serve it with lemon. You'll find this in every region of France, in Italy, in Spain, and Germany, where wine is part of the culture. Now, here's what we're going to do. Take your glass of wine, take the lemon and a little bit of salt. Maybe you've done this a different way. If you prefer, you can do this. We call it Tim's flavor balancing trick, all right? So now, glass of wine. Everybody ready? Sip of wine, little bit of salt and lemon, or you can just lick your salty lemon, just a little bit. Holy moly, the wine got more delicious. It gets smooth, it gets round. So here's what you do. When you're preparing food, if you're making, I don't care if it's spaghetti sauce or you're making a nice steak, a piece of fish, or so on, when you're serving your favorite Deer Creek Winery wine, make sure to have a little bit of lemon juice and salt available. And this is really fun if you're cooking. Taste the sauce, taste the wine you're going to serve. It's a little bitter and astringent, just a titch more salt, tiny, tiny bit. A little bit more lemon juice, smooth and wonderful. Put a little bowl of lemons on the table, just like you'll find on every table in Italy. Put the salt shaker out there. It is so easy and simple, it's amazing. So what you're gonna find is this metaphor of the cherry and the cherries and the wine and so on. This is really a kick. Try a slice of dill pickle, sour dill pickle, not sweet dill pickle, and try that in your wine. And it's like, oh my goodness, it is so delicious. So try this out, share it with somebody and share it at your table. Whenever you're serving your favorite Deer Creek wine, have the food you love, have the food your guests love, and match the wine to the diner. Don't match the wine to the dinner. So thanks very much. Have a blast and enjoyed talking with you, and hope you're loving Deer Creek Wines. We're loving our work with them. And try the My Vinotype quiz on their website if you haven't already.